Hello and welcome to the closing session of the 15th Conference on Sustainable Development of Energy, Water and Environment Systems, shortly SDEWES, here in Cologne. So my university, the Technically Arts Science TH Cologne, and here especially the Cologne Institute for Renewable Energy, is very proud that this time we could host here the SDEWES conference. Like always, together with University of Zagreb and Instituto Superior Técnico in Lisboa, Portugal. And we had, unfortunately, only an online conference, and we could not welcome the people here in Cologne. But maybe, I yesterday discussed with my colleague Maya, maybe it also is an advantage when we only can meet online, because we have had a very hot and sunny summer, and August, it was really hot here in Cologne, but especially the last 3 days when we had here the conference, it was rainy and quite cold. So maybe it is also of advantage when you could not come here to Cologne. I also would like to thank all the sponsors of the SDEWES conference. I think most of them are long-year partners of the conference. And thank you very much for them that they help us to organize so many high-quality conferences all around the world. To have a look what we have seen, the numbers, we already had similar ones in the opening, but they are adopted now to the actual numbers. So we had almost 300 participants from 35 countries and 4 continents attended. That's again a good success. We have had 305 papers that had been presented in an online fashion in 41 regular and 7 special sessions. We have had 3 plenary lectures that had been all carried out live, and 1 panel also carried out live online. There was only 1 submission that was withdrawn due to the video that has not been sent. And I think also that fact that it's only 1 is a good success to this conference. And what we are, from the organizers, very happy about is that we have had on our online sessions where you have uploaded all your videos for your presentations, more than 1,700 comments where you discussed together with the authors your questions, and we can see that's really a lively way to present the scientific work and discuss the scientific work. Maybe that is also one option that is even better than we have presence conference, because we can much more think about what we are questioning, and also the authors have time to think about their correct answers. And so I think that is really a very good thing about these online conferences. But sure, next time, and there Neven will talk about more, we hope that we all can meet again in presence then in Dubrovnik, that we also can have all the socializing events and the networking events that are sure is missing here in such an online conference. My thanks also goes to the organizing committee here in this online conference, and especially to our long-year hosts, Neven and Zvonimir, and then I see those who do all the work in the background, Eva and Marco. I also would like to thank my colleague Ramchandra. He did all the programming work that you find your presentation in an adequate session. So thank you very much, Ramchandra. And also I would like to give a special thank to Maya. She is a colleague of mine. And finally in the online session, she did not a lot of work, but she did a tremendous work in organizing events here in hotels, in beer gardens, on the ship where we planned to have the dinner and the party of the conference. Unfortunately, all the work she had done months ago, we couldn't finally use, but many thanks to Maya for the work she done half year back. And then in the second and third row, you find mostly employees, PhD students and postdocs. of the Institute, of the Cologne Institute for Renewable Energy, and they would have helped us to organize the sessions with the technology here in the lecture halls. So now they had been organizing a bit together with us the online sessions. Thank you very much for all of you. And then, again, I would like to point out that the virtual conference, even when we close officially now our conference, it is still available until Saturday. We soon will close the possibility to ask questions, but we still will have open for the authors to answer the questions until tomorrow at noon. And I also would like to mention that the authors are obliged to respond to the questions they receive. And I know that at the moment not everybody has responded to the questions. And that is not to bother you with that, but with that, when we really ask you to respond to all the questions, else we will not have you publishing your results. It's not that we want to bother you with that, but we want to have those who spend their time and efforts also to look to your presentations, to ask questions because they are interested in the work they do for serious, and they really should get the answers. So please have a look, and in case you have not answered so far, please do that. And finally, what I would like to end with my closing remarks, we already announced that we have the most questions asked, the most active participants. And there we see a list of the 10 most active people. And thank you very much for them. They all will receive a certificate that they really have been active on our video platform in the last 3-4 days. And very thanks to Rofje. I have seen him just there. He is present, but also all the other 9. Thank you very much that you so actively participated here in our online event. So once more, thank you very much. And then I will stop my screen being shared and hand over then to Neven.
Thank you, Ingo, very much for organizing this conference, for helping us with making it really serious scientific event. I will now tell a few words about publishing. All the papers which have been presented at the conference and which have all the questions answered will, of course, be published in our online proceedings in a few days, maybe, or a few weeks. But what is probably more interesting to authors is what happens with archival papers. What will be the publishing future? Up to now, we have published around 1,800 papers in since the beginning of the SDEWES conference series in many journals, some of them really top journals, some of them starting journals. So we wish to continue with this practice. And the procedure will be approximately following. We will be sending an email in approximately 2 to 3 weeks to authors to rank the journals. These 19 journals will appear in this list. Please think carefully what you wish for, because if you rank highly a top journal, then your paper really must be good, because it may be invited, and if it's not written according to the guidelines of the journal and it's not up to the novelty requirements of the journal, it will get rejected quickly. And then, of course, you lost the chance to send it to another good journal. So be clever in ranking journals in a way that you increase the chance of your paper actually coming to the best possible journal. Of course, you want to publish in the highest journal with highest impact factor, but it is not necessarily the one that where you will publish in an easier way. Your paper has to be of the quality of the journal and has to be written according to the guidelines. So once you do the ranking, then editors will select papers for each of the journal, and then we will start to send invitations, and the first invitations will probably come beginning of October, and the end of year will be the end of inviting papers. So be patient with us because it's a very complicated procedure. And please, when you get the invitation, decide quickly, do you think you want to accept the invitation? If not, you can decline it. Then you open space for somebody else to be invited. And if you decide to accept, then please stick to the deadlines and rewrite the paper in order to be written specifically for that journal. So read the guidelines, read our instructions in the invitation mail, and write it and submit it according to the best possible rules that you can manage. Also, bear in mind that many of you have servers which are sometimes putting our mails to spam folders. So whitelist SDEWES.org, because you will lose invitation, you will not see it, and then you will lose the opportunity to publish. We usually lose around 20% of papers that way, which is a pity. There are some starting journals, like, for example, systems or smart energy or cleaner engineering and technology, and also some already established papers, but not yet having impact factor, which will be inviting some conference papers. So even if you have a conference paper, you might be invited. You will not be ranking the journals, but you might still get invited by the editors. I would also like to draw your attention to Journal of Sustainable Development of Energy, Water, and Environment Systems, which we started in 2013, and which is now indexed in Scopus, in Q2 of Scopus, and it's also indexed in Web of Science Core Collection in Emerging Sources Citation Index since 2016, but it doesn't have impact factor yet. Regarding the next conference, I would like to invite you in October 2021 to 16th SDEWES conference in Dubrovnik. We hope that the conference will be organized in person, on site in this beautiful Mediterranean city of Dubrovnik, and that we are finally going to be able to meet. But anyway, we will organize it from scratch as a hybrid conference, and we will keep some of the features of the online conference, what we learned that works well. Paper discussion, for example, works very well online, so we will probably keep that part, and we will allow participants to participate online, because until October 2021, we will probably not yet be able to travel completely freely around the world. I would like to thank you very much for participating in this conference. Thank you, Ingo. The floor is back yours.
Thank you, Neven. And so what can I say at the end? I just say I am optimistic that in 1 year we will meet in the beautiful Dubrovnik again. So see you there in person, hopefully. Have a nice Friday afternoon. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye. And I think I hand over to Marco because he wants to organize a photo shootings, right?
Right. So I'd only like to ask everybody for a couple of seconds to turn their cameras on so we can make like a screenshot of everybody to put on the website to actually, you know, connect the names and the faces. So for everybody who was attending at the conference, thank you. Just give me a couple of seconds. Okay, so it's a lot of people, so I'll have to make a couple of screenshots.
4 screens, I see.
1 screen, okay, 1 screen is done. 2nd screen is done. 2 more. 3rd screen. Okay, let me just see. I see on the 3rd screen people are turning on their cameras, so I'll just wait a second. Okay. And the last one. Just and I think, well, everybody who had a camera, I think, should be on. So thank you all once again.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.